Indifference is not apathy, it's a symphony unheard by most. Anya Petrova. Hey everyone, hope you're doing great today. We're diving deep into a topic that's both fascinating and incredibly relevant to many of us. It's about those individuals who seem to go through the world with a unique sense of detachment, those who don't readily display the emotional reactions society often expects. If you've ever felt like you don't quite fit the mold, or if you're simply curious about the complexities of human nature, then this exploration is for you. We're here to shed light on the experiences of those who don't care and the impact it has on their interactions with others. So let's get started on this journey of understanding and discovery. In the bustling heart of a city that never sleeps, amidst the ceaseless hum of human activity, exists an individual unlike any other. While the world around them swirls with emotions, joy, sorrow, anger, excitement, they remain curiously unaffected. It's not that they lack feeling, rather, they seem to exist on a different plane, observing the emotional roller coaster from a distance. This is not a story about a cold-hearted person, devoid of empathy. It's about someone who processes the world in a unique way, someone who doesn't conform to society's expectations of emotional engagement. Their indifference is not a shield, nor is it a weapon. It's simply their natural state. They watch as others react with passion and fervor to events both big and small, yet their own response is muted, almost detached. They don't get swept up in the latest trends or gossip, nor do they feel the need to express their opinions on every matter. In a world that thrives on emotional reactions, they are an enigma, a puzzle that others can't seem to solve. Their detachment extends beyond just their emotional responses. They go through the complexities of life with a calm, almost serene demeanor. When faced with challenges, they remain level-headed, analyzing the situation with cool logic rather than succumbing to panic or despair. In social settings, they observe the intricate dance of human interaction with a curious eye, yet they rarely participate in the performance themselves. They're content to watch from the sidelines, seemingly unfazed by the drama unfolding around them. Their indifference is not a sign of apathy. They care deeply about the world and the people in it, but their concern manifests in a different way. They're not driven by the need for external validation or approval. Their actions are guided by their own internal compass, a quiet sense of purpose that doesn't require the fanfare of emotional outbursts. They're the calm in the storm, the steady hand on the tiller, the voice of reason amidst the chaos. Society has unwritten rules, expectations that everyone must follow. We're expected to react, to feel, to share our emotions openly. We're encouraged to celebrate victories with exuberance, to mourn losses with tears, to express our anger and frustration with passion. Those who deviate from these norms are often viewed with suspicion, labeled as cold, uncaring, or even sociopathic. The pressure to conform is immense. From a young age, we're taught to fit in, to blend seamlessly into the social fabric. We're told to smile when we're happy, to cry when we're sad, to express our gratitude with enthusiasm. Those who refuse to play by these rules are often ostracized, left to go through the complexities of life on their own. They become the outsiders, the misfits, the ones who don't quite belong. For the indifferent individual, this pressure to conform is a constant struggle. They're bombarded with messages that tell them they're not normal, that there's something wrong with them. They're urged to open up, to let their emotions flow freely. But for them, this is not an easy task. Their indifference is not a choice, it's an intrinsic part of who they are. They watch as others go through the emotional landscape with ease, expressing their feelings with abandon. They see the joy, the sorrow, the anger, the love, and they wonder if they're missing out on something fundamental. They question their own authenticity, wondering if they're somehow less human because they don't experience the world in the same way as everyone else. Societal expectations create a constant tension, a tug-of-war between the desire to be true to oneself and the need to fit in. The indifferent individual is forced to walk a tightrope, carefully balancing their authenticity with the demands of the world around them. It's a delicate dance, one that requires constant vigilance and self-awareness. Yet, amidst the confusion and judgment, there's a quiet strength in their indifference. It's a refusal to be swayed by the tides of popular opinion, a steadfast commitment to their own truth. It's a reminder that there's more than one way to experience the world, that authenticity doesn't have to come at the cost of emotional expression. Their indifference, while a source of inner strength, often becomes a breeding ground for misunderstandings. In a world where emotional cues are the primary language of communication, their lack of overt reactions can be easily misconstrued. A blank expression during a heated debate might be perceived as disinterest or even arrogance. A calm demeanor in the face of tragedy can be mistaken for callousness or a lack of empathy. These misinterpretations create a ripple effect, leading to frustration and conflict. Friends and family might feel hurt or neglected, believing that their emotions are not valued or acknowledged. Colleagues might question their commitment or passion, assuming that their lack of enthusiasm signifies a lack of investment. Romantic partners might yearn for a deeper emotional connection, feeling shut out by their partner's seemingly impenetrable facade. The indifferent individual often finds themselves in the unenviable position of having to constantly explain and justify their actions. They're forced to go through a minefield of social expectations, carefully choosing their words and actions to avoid further misunderstandings. They might try to offer verbal reassurances, explaining that their lack of emotional display doesn't equate to a lack of feeling. They might attempt to bridge the gap by sharing their thoughts and perspectives, hoping to convey the depth of their understanding. However, these efforts are not always successful. The disconnect between their internal world and their external expression can be a chasm that's difficult to bridge. Their attempts to explain their indifference might be met with skepticism or even disbelief. Others might interpret their explanations as excuses or justifications, further fueling the flames of frustration. The constant misunderstandings can take a toll on the indifferent individual. They might start to question their own communication style, wondering if there's something inherently wrong with their approach. They might feel isolated and misunderstood, longing for a connection that seems perpetually out of reach. The weight of societal expectations can become a heavy burden, threatening to crush their spirit and dim their unique light. In a world that demands conformity, staying true to oneself comes at a price. The indifferent individual faces a constant battle between their authenticity and the pressure to fit in. They're tempted to feign emotions, to mimic the reactions of those around them. They might force a smile when they're not feeling particularly happy, or shed a tear when they're not truly sad. They might try to mirror the enthusiasm of their colleagues, even if they don't share the same level of excitement. These attempts to conform, while well-intentioned, often backfire. The forced emotions feel hollow and insincere, creating an even greater disconnect between their internal and external worlds. Others might sense the inauthenticity, further eroding trust and deepening the misunderstandings. The indifferent individual might find themselves caught in a vicious cycle, trying to please others at the expense of their own truth. The pressure to conform can be particularly intense in social settings. The fear of judgment and rejection can be overwhelming, leading them to withdraw from social interactions altogether. They might avoid parties and gatherings, preferring the solitude of their own company to the charade of forced emotions. They might decline invitations to events, fearing that their indifference will be misinterpreted or ridiculed. This self-imposed isolation, while offering a temporary respite from societal pressures, can also lead to feelings of loneliness and disconnection. The indifferent individual might yearn for meaningful relationships, but their fear of being misunderstood can create a barrier to intimacy. They might struggle to find their place in a world that seems to value emotional expression above all else. The price of authenticity is high, but it's a price that the indifferent individual is often willing to pay. They understand that true connection can only be built on a foundation of honesty and self-acceptance. They refuse to compromise their core values, even if it means facing judgment and rejection. Their journey is one of resilience and self-discovery, a testament to the power of staying true to oneself in a world that demands conformity. Beneath the seemingly placid surface of their indifference lies a rich and vibrant inner world. Their detachment is not a sign of emotional emptiness, but rather a different way of processing and experiencing emotions. They feel deeply, but their feelings are often expressed in subtle ways, hidden beneath the calm exterior. Their inner world is a sanctuary, a place where they can retreat from the noise and chaos of the external world. It's a space for reflection and contemplation, where they can explore their thoughts and feelings without the pressure of external judgment. It's a place where they can be truly themselves, free from the expectations and demands of society. Their indifference is not a barrier to emotional depth, but rather a filter that allows them to process information in a unique way. They observe the world with a keen eye, noticing details that others might miss. They analyze situations with a clarity that's often obscured by emotional reactions. They make decisions based on logic and reason, rather than succumbing to impulsive urges. Their inner world is a treasure trove of insights and perspectives. They see the world through a different lens, one that's not clouded by the need for social validation or approval. They're able to cut through the noise and distractions, focusing on what truly matters. They're not swayed by trends or fads, nor are they easily influenced by the opinions of others. Their indifference is a source of creativity and innovation. They're able to think outside the box, to come up with solutions that others might not consider. They're not afraid to challenge the status quo, to question conventional wisdom. They're driven by a desire to understand the world on their own terms, to find their own path through the complexities of life. Their inner world is a place of quiet strength and resilience. They've learned to go through the challenges of life with grace and composure. They've developed a deep sense of self-awareness, understanding their strengths and limitations. They're comfortable in their own skin, even if it means being different from the crowd. In a world that's often driven by emotional reactivity, their detachment can be a source of liberation. It allows them to see situations clearly, to make decisions without being clouded by fear or anxiety. It frees them from the drama and chaos that often accompany intense emotions. Their detachment is not a sign of aloofness or disengagement. It's a conscious choice to prioritize clarity and objectivity. They understand that emotions, while valuable, can also be a source of distraction and confusion. By maintaining a degree of emotional distance, they're able to go through the complexities of life with greater ease and confidence. Their detachment allows them to focus on the present moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. They're able to appreciate the beauty and simplicity of life, without getting caught up in the endless cycle of desire and attachment. They're able to find contentment in the here and now, rather than constantly chasing after fleeting pleasures. Their detachment is a source of inner peace and tranquility. They're not easily rattled by external events, nor are they consumed by their own internal struggles. They've learned to accept the ups and downs of life with equanimity, understanding that everything is impermanent. Their detachment is a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation. It allows them to observe their own thoughts and feelings with greater objectivity, to identify patterns and habits that might be holding them back. It empowers them to make conscious choices, to break free from limiting beliefs and behaviors. Their detachment is not a rejection of emotions, but rather a recognition of their power and potential. They understand that emotions can be both a source of joy and a source of suffering. By cultivating a degree of detachment, they're able to harness the positive aspects of emotions while minimizing their negative impact. Their detachment is a gift, a unique perspective that allows them to see the world in a different light. It's a source of strength and resilience, a reminder that they have the power to choose their own path, to create their own reality. The journey of the indifferent individual is not one of isolation, but rather a quest for balance. It's about finding a way to honor their unique perspective while also acknowledging the importance of human connection. It's about recognizing that detachment, while liberating, doesn't have to come at the expense of empathy and compassion. They learn to go through the complexities of relationships with greater understanding, appreciating the diverse ways in which people express and experience emotions. They discover that authenticity doesn't have to be a barrier to intimacy, but rather a foundation for deeper and more meaningful connections. They find their tribe, those who appreciate their unique perspective and value their quiet strength. The indifferent individual's journey is a testament to the power of self-acceptance and the beauty of human diversity. It's a reminder that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to life, that each of us has our own unique way of experiencing and navigating the world. We hope this video of indifference has sparked your curiosity and perhaps even resonated with your own experiences. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to be. Accept your unique perspective, honor your authentic self, and find the balance that works for you. If you enjoyed this journey, please consider sharing this video with others who might find it valuable. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Let's continue to explore the complexities of human nature together.